Number 13, Georgia Tech wins basketball, lost the first game of the year tonight, and this was the 16th game of the year overall. So, and it came against Virginia Tech, 105-94 in double overtime, and the game was at Georgia Tech. So what exactly happened? I apologize for looking at it because I cannot memorize all this stuff. In the first half, Georgia Tech was up 44-39. Both of these teams scored the same amount of points in the third quarter, 22 apiece. But Virginia Tech made up the difference to force overtime, 19 points, while 14 points for Georgia Tech. And so thus it was 80 apiece going into the first overtime, and both teams scored 12 points to be exact. And the crazy thing is, Virginia Tech could have won the game with one more stop in overtime, but they allowed a three as time expired. So thus they had to go to a second overtime. But I'm gonna just double check. Yeah, there's nothing more they could have done like overtime because Georgia Tech actually had a chance to win, but they missed a jumper and jump shot, and Virginia Tech got defensive rebound, and that was. Now I don't need to go over like the last minute of the game really because it was just more garbage time points than anything else. In Virginia Tech made free throws, and only 2 points were scored by Georgia Tech, and both of those free throws around 29 seconds. I mean, one of them was with 1 minute left, around 1 minute left, and the other one was 29 seconds left. Couldn't not make a single shot. That's a problem, especially when you allowed 13 points. And granted, I know you did have foul, like you were really down 98-92 before like 1:10 left in the game, and then there's a foul game starts from there when you look at it, and it's just not worth the time to go over all that. So y'all can just check that out. Now I'm gonna go over the stats for the game. And Georgia Tech didn't shoot the ball bad in this game. 47.3% from the field on 74 attempts. However, 27.3% on threes on 22 attempts. 69.2% on free throws on 26 attempts. 44 rebounds, 14 of those offensive. 19 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks, 15 turnovers, 19 fouls. How many points off the bench? 2 plus 8, that's 10, plus 3, that's 13, plus 9, that's 22 points. And 2 double-digit scores combined for 33 plus 28. That's 33 plus 20 would be 53, but then plus 8, that's 61 points right there. And 2 players that scored 6 more points combined for 17 points. I mean, not 9 plus 8. And Virginia Tech only had 7 points off the bench and 5 double-digit scores that combined for literally 98 points in this game. And they didn't shoot the ball as good as Georgia Tech, 46.8% from the field on 79 attempts. However, 44.4% from 3 on 27 attempts. 82.6% on free throws on 23 attempts. 39 rebounds, 12 of those offensive. 22 assists, 10 steals, 6 blocks, 10 turnovers, 18 fouls. Now I'm going to go over points off turnovers, points in the paint, and fast break points from here. Points off turnovers, Virginia Tech won that battle 16-7. Same thing goes for fast break points in favor of Virginia Tech, 8-4. But points in the paint favor Georgia Tech in this game, 44-34. And we knew eventually Georgia Tech was going to lose the game. You can't have. It's hard to go unbeaten for the rest of the year. Let's just be honest. Now I do expect Georgia Tech to fall in the rankings, and from this, and Virginia Tech, I think they should be receiving votes. If not, if they haven't already, which I will double check as soon as I am done with the next 5 games for both of these teams. Now Georgia Tech has to go on the road to Louisville. You can't let one loss beat you twice. That's on January 12th. January 16th, you got to go on the road to Notre Dame. Then you got Clemson at home January 19th. You got Virginia on the road January 23rd. January 26th, you got to play Duke at home. So literally, that's the next 5 games right there. And now I'm going to go over Virginia Tech's next 5 games, and it goes as follows. You got Wake Forest at home January 12th. You got Virginia at home, a rivalry, January 16th. Then you got Louisville at home January 19th. January 23rd, you got to go on the road to Pitt. You got NC State on the road on January 26th. But the name one more game if you really want to is like Notre Dame at home on January 30th. So going into this week, Virginia Tech was not even receiving votes. They ought to be now, in my opinion. So we're going to wait and see what happens with both of these teams. So anyways, if you like this content, hit the like and subscribe button, and see you guys later on the road to 7 subscribers. Of course, ultimate goal is 1,000 more. So my money out this course like video. Comment video really helps YouTube algorithm so more people can see it. Sharing the video does help as well, so more people can watch. And if you're watching and hit subscribe button, hit the notification bell as well.